Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch Arcane Season 1, Episode 4. I know, I said that I was gonna wear my K-pop shirt, you know, for these videos, for these 3 episodes. But guys, it's too cold now to wear the shirts just like that. But I'm gonna show. And I'm gonna prove to you that I have them. Tick! Because we won the European Masters. And yes, I have the one with Targamas. Oh, I have another one, but it's still wet. Wait, it's still wet for now. It's the Ultra one. I don't know where is the number. Right there. This. That's it. You have the proof that I'm really following the K-Corp team, which is a French League of Legends team. It doesn't mean that I know a lot about League of Legends. I began to follow this team because I was following the CEO of K-Corp, and then when it began, you know, 1 year ago now, I began to follow the games and to really enjoy them, and I ended by really watching all of them, screaming during the games, and I know a little of the game, you know, I know some characters like that, I know some stuff, but really I don't know anything about the lore, and I was really scared about it before beginning to react to this show, you know, to post these videos, because I know that, you know, I have this channel since a long time now, so I know that my reactions and my thoughts about a show, not that they can be interesting, but at least I can do it, you know, because I can be really involved into a show, I can involve my feelings with characters, that's like that, you know, I'm an emotional person. If you don't know me, just know it, I'm an emotional person, I don't have little emotions, I always have high emotions. When I'm happy, I'm really happy. When I'm sad, I'm really sad. When I'm mad, I'm really mad. I love also to talk about shows, how they are written, how they are done. And I knew with a show like that, that I would have stuff to talk about, which was the case. But I was a little scared about how you guys, you were gonna receive, you know, these reaction videos with a girl, with a French girl who doesn't know anything about the lore of League of Legends. That's the first time that I meet that community, you know, in fact, that League of Legends community, because I'm watching the games right there, all by myself, in front of my screen. So I didn't know how you were gonna receive it, and I want to thank you guys because you were really nice with me. Something fun is the fact that a lot of you told me like, that's fine, you know, League of Legends fans, they are great, they are nice, don't worry about it, but don't meet us into a game we're not gonna be nice. That was fun, but at least you're nice with me and I really appreciate that, so thank you for that, guys. I was really impressed by these 3 first episodes, I truly loved them. I was impressed by the animation of it, by the quality of it, like they made it like a show, they made it like a production of, I don't know, Game of Thrones or something like that. They really thought about things like about details, about putting details into some pictures. I made pause, you know, during some of them, like the girls watching the city like that, we saw all of the details about the city. During the trial moment, all of this game with the lights, with putting Jace at the right place, you know, to play with shadows and light, that was so great. During a lot of moments like that, they impressed me and they showed me that they thought about this animation. I don't know how to name, if it's a show, an anime, an animation, I'm not sure. They thought of it like a show and like a big show, like Game of Thrones, like shows like that with a big production, you know. So that was cool, that was so cool. And the musics also, they began, you know, I thought of it during the first episode, I was like, you can do big stuff maybe at some point, and third episode, boom, that's it. They were using them in a good way. That's for how it's done. And I'm not even talking about the voices, you know, the persons who are making the voices that I truly loved, like Grayson. I'm so mad that she's dead, you know. I would have loved to hear more of Shorei's voice. But they were great during the third episode, you know, to have Powder crying like that, screaming like that, like it hurt me, like I wanted to tell her, like shut up, you're gonna break my heart at some point if you're continuing to cry like that, to scream like that. And you know, I was excited before beginning the show, but I was stressed about making videos about it. Now I'm just excited because I know that the show is gonna be good and I know that you guys, you're gonna be nice, so I'm excited. I'm gonna stop to try to make connections between the game and the show because clearly I don't know enough to do that. Maybe if I, you know, some characters that are reminding me something, I'm gonna be like, ah! But no, I'm not gonna be like, ah, oh, that's it, na 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 na. No, I can't do that. Targu, he can do that. You know, if you want someone who knows everything about League of Legends, go ask him. So, about what I can expect for these 3 episodes, I think that we're gonna have a time jump, you know, after what happened during the last episode and right there. I'm imagining a time jump for letting the time, you know, for the girls to grow up, to change a little. We need to have Powder, you know, being trained a little, I don't know how to say it in another way, by Silco. I'm voting for a time jump also to let the time to Victor and Jace to prove themselves, you know, in front of the council and the academy, like they're gonna have to respond about what they did, and it's gonna be slow things, in my opinion, slow moments, so it would be great to have also a time jump for that. We can be at the next step for them with them just trying to use that magic that they created. For what we can expect for after that time jump, I think that the conflicts, you know, between the 2 cities, the Undercity and Piltover, it's gonna get more and more problematic, let's say it like that, even more now that Vander, Grayson, they disappeared, so there is no deal about peace between these 2 entities. So yes, I think that little by little they're gonna go for another war or something like that, and that's what Silco wants, in fact. And maybe also because of the fact that Victor is coming from the Undercity, he's gonna have to choose a side, and maybe that can create a conflict between Jace and Victor. You know, Victor, for me, it's the Victor from the game, so you don't look like that normally. There is something right there, something happened, like... I think that the political context is gonna get bigger with these 3 episodes and with the end also of this season 1. I have a theory about that season 1. I think that this season 1 is to tell the story about some characters, and maybe the season 2 is gonna be about other characters. You know, with a title like that for the show, you can do it like that. You can really create 1 season for some characters and 1 season for other characters. Like at the risk that they are progressing into each episode, that's gonna be difficult, I think, to write seasons only with these characters. Like, it could be more interesting to do stuff like that, and even more for the fans of League of Legends who have their champs, you know. They prefer some characters, so they're gonna want you to explore the stories of their characters. Do you understand what I mean? I think that they can do it like that. And about Vi and Powder, that conflict between sisters, it's killing me. Like, you know, when you think about it, the conflict between Vander and Silco, it was something between brothers, and it's killing me also. I don't blame Vi, you know, the fact that she was mad during that moment because she wanted her sister to be safe and she ordered her to stay out of that, and because of Powder intervening, Vander died, and also Milo and the other kid, like, that's awful. So I'm not blaming her, but you had to stay with your sister during that moment, come on. And Powder, I can't blame her neither, because right there she thinks that she's all by herself, that everyone abandoned her, and that once again she failed people, you know, because of what she did something bad happened. That's just a little girl. It's making me sad. Marcus also, why did you stop Vi like that? What can she do, Vi, right now? I'm wondering. Is she gonna search for her sister? Okay, let's go for this episode 4. Like usually, if you want to have my Patreon, when you are watching this on YouTube, just know that you already have the 3 episodes on my Patreon and with an extended or full reaction part. For the first and the second episode, I put the extended reaction part and it was 7 minutes longer for both of them, and I put the full reaction part for the episode 3. Right there for these 3, I can't tell you, but I can tell you that they're already waiting for you on my Patreon. It's the best way to support me, and if you can't join me on Patreon, you can like, subscribe, comment just right there. It's also appreciated. Let's go for this episode 4.
Stenwick predictably. Nothing he could accomplish could compare to the contributions of his students. I have no idea.
Like you?
The council has recommended you give the Progress Day speech this year.
Well, you always give that speech.
You created magic.
Victor and I have just to think. The next chapter of Hextech. Come to the lab this afternoon.
And we're now at the step that you have to use the magic. Look at that. All of the details and all that. And the music! Come on! That's a catalyzer?
Serves you right.
Oh, you grew up a lot! They're marked. Your circle guys, no?
From your friend downtown.
Aha! Firelight. They had something prepared, Circo and these guys, but you stopped them. I recognized your hair, I think.
Oh no. She's here.
Powder. Boom! Okay. Oh! Fuck yes!
Hi.
Oh, you look so good! I see you now.
Hi.
Yes.
I can't lose you.
No, you didn't kill her. You didn't kill your sister. Powder, Jinx, you did that. You wanted to make an impression. For sure you did it. The firelights, they are trying to stop you.
A Hextech gemstone.
Oh, wait!
It did not explode.
We found a means to fortify the crystals. This new version is stable and absolutely safe.
Cool.
The gemstone can power virtually anything.
Yo! I know you. I know.
The Atlas Garments, Hexclaw. Be a tool for us to build a new world. And now, it's finally possible.
You made it.
What amazing, gentlemen. You should be very proud.
Yes.
Give it a decade of careful research, and it will be ready.
A decade.
Oh,
We can be improving lives with Hextech now.
a breakthrough like this takes time, mister. Putting that kind of power into everyone's hands is dangerous.
We know where he's coming from. Victor wants to help this world to improve it now.
Who shot you? Who were you?
I think that the Undercity is divided, you know.
He'll kill me.
Yes, Circo is protecting Jinx. It looks so cool, the animation, but I'm not sure that life is cool like that, even less than how it was before.
It wasn't a mishap. She froze up and lost her shit.
Also,
Those brats.
no.
She's a problem and we all know it.
One of those firelight black girls was a girl with pink hair.
Your sister's gone. You know that as well as I do.
I know. I'm sorry.
I need to know.
What is the kind of relationship that you have together? I'm not
I'm
sure.
doing this for us, Jinx. Sons and daughters of Zon deserve more than their runoff.
Okay, so it's official, now it's Zon.
Zavika will clean up today's mess.
Savika? That ogre couldn't clean a dust bunny with a blowtorch.
It's a Heimerdinger.
When is it not?
Yeah.
We've shown him on research. He thinks we need more time.
It's Progress Day. If there's a time to present a new creation, it is now.
She's ambitious.
Piltover needs a leader who looks forward. Someone like you.
And you.
Really,
I've already spoken to several potential investors.
investors.
Of course. Everyone wants Hextech for themselves. It's
You want to sell it? Okay, not together, but definitely flirting.
It wasn't her.
We're sure of that? I really hope so.
I know, they're just some wannabe street trash. I'm not weak.
No, but you're going insane.
Oh, I'm gonna show them. You'll see.
She's so cool. You know, as a character to analyze, to follow her evolution.
Now, buddy, you should come up with me. More partners. No, not in front of them.
He's taking all of the lights and you're sure you don't want any?
A few years ago, the Hexgates opened their ports to the world and made Piltover prosper beyond anything we could have ever imagined. But we're not done yet.
The show you're gonna make, and also
This year,
what?
we created something new for you that we will share with you
Now?
when the time is right.
Oh, you listen to reason more than ambition.
Don't you have a cocktail party to attend?
She chose that job.
Fine.
By accident. Totally by accident. Watch out! No! Also, I brought this dynamite.
Okay, you saw her.
The gemstone is gone, along with some of our research papers. My mistake cost people their lives. I have come before you to recommend that we suspend all Hextech operations until the situation is resolved, including our laboratories. You lost your mind?
The Hex Gates must remain open. Piltover status as a global shipping lane depends on it. If we shut down the Hex Gates, the city will suffer. But if we do nothing, we leave ourselves vulnerable to malefactors. Perhaps the time has come to explore a more radical solution.
You were right with what you said, but
I propose that a new chair be brought forth, and that House Talus be elevated to this august body.
Hextech security should be administered by a scientist. I second the motion.
is it a good thing? I'm not sure. What did you do?
Dead! Enforcers! A building blown to pieces!
Oh, yeah.
Do you have any idea what you've done?
Show him what you stole.
Hey, how you feeling?
I've had a break in the case.
Shouldn't you be resting?
If I can figure out who made this, it could lead me directly to whoever's behind it all. The answer is here.
If there's one thing I've learned about the council, they need more than just theories.
Since when did you concern yourself with the council's opinion?
Since he's a member of it.
Since I was actually hoping you might consider joining my staff.
You're his friend and a good ally.
I live behind a desk.
You almost got it, Kate.
It's not what she wants.
I just want you to be safe.
Thanks. But I already have a job.
You don't. After the attack, your parents spoke to the sheriff.
Oh!
This one was hit by friendly fire. He's got reason to talk. Must have been sent in today.
I'm afraid that's not possible.
Let's make it possible.
What kind of incident?
So pretty kind.
Vi! You're right there!
Who the hell are you?
Oh! Cool. It means that it was not her, that she's not really dead. Like, it would have surprised me, you know, that they would kill her just like that into one of the first scenes of one of these episodes. Like, no, I want more emotions, you know, I want more time for that kind of scene, that kind of moment. Two sisters meeting again, such a conflict, so much hate, so much love, like, pooh. I want big things. If at some point these two are gonna fight and kill each other, you're still alive, bye. You're in jail? What did you do? Marcus didn't put you right there just after, you know, he took her away like that during the episode 3. All of this status that you have on you now, I thought that she could be one of these fighters, you know, who are against what Silco is planning. The Undercity really changed. It's not the lanes anymore, it's zone. It's all about partying, doing whatever you want. No wars anymore, no one to keep peace anymore, no one to be sure that you're not gonna attack Piotr over. On the contrary, Silco, you're planning stuff to attack it. Right there, your first plan failed, but I'm sorry to say that Jinx, she saved the day. Like, you could have been arrested, you could have been killed, and she helped you, she saved you right there. All by herself, she killed people, she managed to steal the crystals, the stabilized crystals. Silco and his men, they have it, they can use it. War is gonna begin, like really, for good. The relationship between Jinx and Silco, you're clearly dependent. Jinx, like, you need him, you put all of your love, everything on him, you know, on his shoulders, on pleasing him, making him proud, also in a way. She's so unstable, Jinx, unpredictable, unstable, into her head, that's a mess. To analyze her psychology, it's... Whew, I wouldn't risk myself to do that. What happened with her sister really messed her, really disturbed her for good. I think that she wants to prove herself so much, that she can do it, that she can do stuff, that she's good. That's why she intervened, you know, at first during the first plan. That's why she did the second one by herself. I don't know what she wants really, like, she doesn't have the ambition like some of the other ones, some of the other characters. She doesn't have a lot of ambition, she doesn't want to rule the world, she doesn't want to do things, like to do big things, she doesn't have big projects. She's obeying, she's working for Silco, but ambition for herself, to have a place, to have a certain role, not that much. She's really just doing stuff to prove to herself that she can do it, that she's good at it. I think that it's really more something like that. In Piotr's over, you know, after this attack, they were ready to send troops, like, that's it, that's enough, we let them doing their stuff on their own during so many times, like, we have to search for these crystals. Are they gonna do it or not? Like, how are they gonna have them back? I'm wondering. So Jace, you're a member of the council now? His relationship with Victor is gonna be interesting also, because for all of this time they were on the same page, they wanted to create magic, after that to create stuff to use it, but they don't want to do it at the same risk. Like Jace, it was okay to wait, he was listening to the good advices, you know, of waiting, being sure that it would be safe and all. Like, he's really playing the safety card, and that's why also he said that speech during all of these people, but also to the council after the attack. He's playing safely, he wants to wait, it's okay to wait. When for Victor, I think that it's different, because he's coming from the Undercity, so he saw all of the bad stuff that is happening right there, and he wants to help people, he wants to do all of that, all of these innovations and all, to help people. So if you are telling him that you need time to do it, and also after that what she said, Mel, it was, we're gonna sell that magic and all, it's gonna create more divisions, you know, between people, between poor and rich people. I'm not sure that Victor is gonna be okay about that. I'm not sure that Victor is gonna agree with using magic only for rich people. I think that for him, he wants to use it to do good for everyone to have access to it. You know, that difference of things can be interesting at some point, you know, for the relationship between Victor and Jace, but also for Victor's possible evolution. I really think so. I was right about the time jump. I predicted it. And for me, it's confirming my theory about the fact that this season is going to be about these characters, their evolutions, all of their stories, and next season, maybe we're going to be with other characters. I truly think so. Mel, she's so ambitious. Right there, what she said during the council, that was right. But maybe she thinks about something right now. We know how much she was sincere and honest with what she said during the council moment, but maybe she thinks that at some point she can manipulate Jace, like she's manipulating some other people into that council. Like we saw her acting with Jace. Maybe at some point she's gonna try to do that with him. Right there she didn't. She felt. But maybe, I don't know, we'll see. Like, I was the one to put you right there in the council, so you're gonna follow me. Ah, I needed that. I'm sorry! I know that some people, they don't like that, but I felt that I needed it. Okay, so Jinx and Silco, I talked about it. Jace and Victor, I talked about it. And Vi, just discovered that you are right there. We have to discover why you are right there. I knew it, you know, that the main issue for these 3 episodes, and maybe also for the end of the season, it's gonna be more political. And right there, using or not the magic, waiting or not, what are we gonna do with it, that future world that we can have, it's really more political issues, economic issues also a little. You know, they talked about it during this episode, the fact that they can sell or not magic, but also the fact that they have to let the gates open because it really helped the city, so you can't close them because it would ruin the city. It was interesting also. I love that. You know that what I love with shows that I watch, it's good stories, good narrative arcs and all, good developments for characters and society, political subjects into it. I love that right there. I did not try to make connections with the game. That's great, no? Oh, Jinx. Except for Jinx, you know, like seeing her fighting like that. Oh, that was so cool. I was in the game during during that moment, like truly. That was so cool. Okay. I'm gonna stop this review right now and I'm gonna watch the 2 next episodes. For you on YouTube, it's gonna be on another day. For you on Patreon, you just have to click on the other episodes. It's all for you for today and it's all for me for now, so bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me you built a time machine?
Hey.